Anyone who has ever watched baggage handlers toss golf gear onto the tarmac knows that feeling of quiet dread in the pit of the stomach. That moment when the bag finally drops onto the carousel and you rush to check if the driver's shaft survived. Well, CADDYDADDY built the Constrictor specifically to chase away that travel anxiety, and honestly, it does a surprisingly good job at it. Right out of the box, you notice the sheer bulk of the thing in a reassuring way. It tips the scales at just under 9 pounds empty, measuring around 51 inches long, so it has genuine presence without feeling like carrying a refrigerator. Now the main trick here is the fabric choice. They went with an 1800 denier synthetic material, which is roughly 3 times thicker than the standard 600 denier stuff you usually see on cheaper airport cases. When you rub your fingers across the outer shell, it feels dense, almost canvas-like, and you get the distinct impression it can take a serious scraping against terminal walls or trunk floors without tearing open. But the real star of the show is up top. The upper section is packed with thick, dense foam padding that wraps completely around the most vulnerable parts of any set, those expensive driver and wood heads that always seem to attract the worst impact. What's really nice is how the interior and exterior work together during a trip. There are cinch straps inside to lock the actual golf bag down so it stops shifting back and forth like a loose tooth, plus external straps to compress the whole profile once everything is zipped up. The zippers themselves feel chunky and reliable, and they actually include lockable loops, which is a massive peace-of-mind feature for international flights or hotel storage. For hauling it through a massive airport terminal, the inline skate wheels roll smoothly and quietly over carpet and tile, tracking straight without wobbling into ankles. The handles are riveted down hard with a mix of nylon and rubber, so when a shuttle driver grabs it by the side or top, you aren't wincing expecting the stitching to pop. Of course, no piece of gear is completely flawless. The massive side pockets are great for stuffing extra shoes, balls, and dirty towels, but if you jam them completely full, the whole bag gets a bit too wide and awkward to squeeze through narrow hotel doors or compact car trunks. It takes a little bit of practice to balance the packing so it doesn't bulge out in weird directions. Also, because of that heavy-duty foam and thick shell, it doesn't fold up into a tiny square when you get home. It's going to take up a fair bit of closet or garage space when golf season finally wraps up. Still, when you factor in the 2 decades the company has spent making golf accessories and that 1-year full replacement coverage they back it with, the value proposition gets pretty hard to ignore. If frequent trips with the clubs are part of the routine and the thought of a snapped graphite shaft keeps you up at night, strapping everything into this heavy-duty case changes the whole travel experience from a nerve-wracking gamble into something you barely have to think about.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.